Why don't legislators know our stories?
Well, I think it's because we don't share the information with them.
Because we simply don't share our stories.
We don't tell them.
I think they don't know our story because we don't do a good enough job of telling it.
Thank you for joining us for our first discussion on making a difference for kids, politically speaking. In this session, we'll speak with several of your colleagues about telling your school's story. You may be asking, I thought this was about advocacy. What does telling my school's story have to do with advocacy? Well, when you visit with your elected officials, whether in Washington or Austin or in a state legislator's home office or even your local community, you need to tell the story beyond your test scores and state accountability. The legislator can get the numbers. What they don't know and they need is the backstory of the struggles of your kids, your families, your neighborhoods. They don't know about your successes, your triumphs over incredible odds. Let's talk today with several of your principal colleagues about how they tell their school stories through everyday actions and through social media.
My school is Little Cypress Elementary. We are a pre-K through third grade campus, approximately 553 children. This year, we are facing a bit of a challenge. We were impacted by Hurricane Harvey, and so we are currently displaced. We'll not be back into our building until August of next year. Pre-K through second grade is currently holding school in North Orange Baptist Church. That has been a bit of a challenge. We have really small classrooms. Technology, materials, supplies, all of those things are very, very limited. No textbooks available or anything like that. And so teachers are really having to go back to the basics and just pull anything out of their hat that they can come up with, creative teaching, that sort of thing, but are doing an outstanding job with it.
The biggest thing for us is recapture. I think a lot of people just assume that because Austin is a property wealthy district that we have all this money, but we're actually going to be sending $532 million back to the state this year, and that's money that we can't use to educate our students. And our district is about 60% low income. We have a lot of need in the district, and we're sending back money that we could be using to help educate our students.
We have many students that have no mattresses. They sleep on the floor of their houses. So we work on helping them not only meet their physical needs, but also their emotional needs.
In Arlington ISD and at my school at Jones Academy of Fine Arts and Dual Language, really trying to transform learning through the arts, language, cultures. And when I say arts, I mean visual arts, dance, theater, piano, and strings as well that our students are exposed to.
One of my students, his parent died crossing the river, but the mother kept making sure that he would come to school every day. And he was born on this side of the border. He's an American, but his father passed away trying to get him over here to this side.
Audrey, how do you use social media to tell your school story?
Well, we use Facebook, and that works well with our parents, but I also tweet out positive stories each day from our schools, and I tag our legislators so that they can see directly what is happening inside our walls.
Super.
Right now, it seems like currently in our community, Facebook is more used by the parents and the students and things like that. So we use a lot of Facebook, post a lot on there. Just about daily, we put information and take pictures of the students and things like that so parents can see what kind of a day they're having and know that their babies are okay when they're at school with us.
We use some of the traditional platforms, Facebook and Twitter, but something that we've done this year is to create a campus hashtag, and it's a way that we've been able to also engage our school board members, our central office, our parents, because they can go to our hashtag Wilson Way, which we said, just really kind of highlights the Wilson Way, doing above and beyond. And we also just purchased some digital signage where whenever you walk into our school office, we're able to project those tweets and pictures of our learning for some of those parents who might not have access to social media.
So in Austin ISD, we try to use social media as often as possible. Every principal in the district is encouraged to have a Twitter account, and they're encouraged to actually send out what's happening at their school, pictures of the great things that are happening, and then our superintendent as well leads by example by having an account himself, and he'll tweet out all the great things that are happening in the district too.
Why do you think it's important for your legislator to know your story?
Because they're representing us, and I think they need to see the struggles that our children go through and how they can help us out so we can be successful in the future to help this great country of ours.
We walk the halls and we get dirty every day. And it's through those trials and tribulations that ourselves, our teachers, and our children have. It's important for them to be able to hear those stories about what's going on in our schools to make those connections with our legislators.
We need to invite them to our schools and have them be involved in the things that are happening in our classrooms.
You know, there are so many things that happen on a daily basis in an elementary school that can't be measured by our state assessments.
I think it's important because people need to know about the great things that are happening on the campuses. A lot of times the media just focuses on the negative aspects, but there's so many great things happening, and we have to be the ones that actually push that out there.
Yeah. Okay.
Your advocacy begins at the front door of your school. It extends across your community, even after hours, and it goes across the state through the use of social media. The bottom line, you tell your school story, or someone tells your school story, and it may be someone who does not support public education. Join us next time when we explore the do's and don'ts of a public school educator with our TEPS attorney, Kevin Lundquist. Until next time, let's make a difference for kids, politically speaking.